obviously you're breaking down a fight between Jermell Charlo and Austin Trout, what you've seen. But if all goes well, you beat Daniel Santos, you know, you're going to be shifted around in the rankings, and you may see the other brother in Jermell Charlo for the WBC. We just seen him, and I thought he was the better boxer. I'm going to just be honest. I always thought he was a better boxer than Jermell. We always thought Jermell was the bigger puncher. But then we see that Jackson was really, you know, he shocked us all. What you thought about that fight?
He just got caught with a real big shot. I don't think that he should have turned around when he got hit with that big shot. If it was that severe, he should have just took a knee, got back up. But he turned around and, you know, they stopped the fight. But I thought he was doing pretty good that fight. He was landing first. To me, he was a faster fighter, more technical. And, you know, Jermell just landed that big shot that, you know, had him stunned. And he didn't know what to do from there.
Now, usually, we haven't gotten a chance to see you put on a boxing display like, let's say, Jackson in that Jermell Charlo fight. You know, usually you're taking your guys out, like you said, chopping them down. But would that be a blueprint that you use, or is that a tape that you and Jason would obviously look at if you got the opportunity with Jermell Charlo?
Definitely. You know,
is that a style you can mimic,
definitely.
like Jackson?
Yeah. You know, I came up in the amateurs, and that was my style. I threw a lot of punches. I moved around. I turned my opponents. But when I came to the pro game, you know, my last probably 10 amateur fights, I was stopping kids. So I probably had like 6 stoppages. And I felt like, you know, I got some punching power, and I feel like, you know, I could take these pros out as well. And that showed in my first like 7 fights. I was taking everybody out until, you know, I fought a veteran that, you know, he could take a punch and give a punch. So, you know, he had me actually box a little bit in that Noe Bolaños fight. That was like my 6th fight. He had me boxing, throwing punches, turning him. And I don't feel like that's a problem at all for me to box. I could box 10, 12 rounds.
Now, I was talking to Jason about the fact that, you know, we don't really see guys 13, 14-0 with the amount of names on the resume that you have in terms of veterans. You know, like you said, Noe Bolaños at 6-0. We don't see that.
Right.
You know, somebody might look at him and see that he has a bunch of losses and say, this guy's nobody, but he's shared the ring with somebodies, and you have to be someone to beat him. That being said, Jermell has a lot of experience. I mean, he's beat Rosado, Charles Ota, a lot of guys. This last performance probably didn't look like his best, but that being said, do you still think you can beat a guy with that much experience?
Definitely, because I fought, like you said, I fought dudes that shared the ring with the same type of guys, the experienced guys, like Noe Bolaños, Roberto Gonzalez, the list goes on.
Laura,
you know, the list goes on. And this dude I'm fighting next, you know, he has the experience. He has about 40 fights. He shared the ring with some guys, and I feel like, you know, he's just a stepping stone for me to get there and fight those dudes. You know, I'm gonna get the experience by fighting him, and, you know, I plan on, you know, putting on a great performance on NBC, getting this dude out of there, and keep moving up the rankings. And then, you know, my time will be there for where I could fight those dudes and get my chance at the title.